When I was studying early medieval history, I was reading the legendary historian Philip Schaff. Writing in the 1880s, he discussed the rise of Islam in the 600s, but took time to compare it to what was then a new religion in America, Mormonism. Schaff wrote about 150 years ago, but he observed that in many ways, the new religion of Mormonism was remarkably like the older religion of Islam. He gave 9 points of similarity. First, Muhammad claimed to have received the Holy Koran from the angel Gabriel in a cave near Mecca, in what is modern Saudi Arabia. Joseph Smith, the founder of Mormonism, claimed he translated the Book of Mormon from golden plates, whose location in upstate New York had been revealed to him by the angel Moroni. Second, Schaff notes that both Mohammed and Joseph Smith claimed their revelations repealed all previous revelations and stood in first place as God's revelation to mankind. Muhammad said the Quran was dictated to him by Allah in Arabic. Smith claimed the Book of Mormon was written in an Egyptian language on golden plates. Its location was revealed to him by angel Moroni. Through the use of seer stones, he translated the plates miraculously into English. Third, Schaff observes that both Muhammad and Joseph Smith embodied their revelations in a sacred book. For Muhammad, it was the Quran, called by Muslims who interact with me on my website, the Holy Koran. For Smith, it was the Book of Mormon and a number of other books which are collections of his revelations. Fourth, Schaff notes both Islam and Mormonism borrow extensively from other religions and are, quote, made up of Jewish, heathenish, and all sorts of sectarian Christian elements. Fifth, Schaff credits the followers of both religions with intense fanaticism and heroic endurance. The early Muslims were persecuted in their home city of Mecca and had to flee to another city. The date of that departure is the beginning of the Muslim calendar. The early Mormons experienced violent abuse and persecution from state to state, till they found a refuge in the desert of Utah Territory, which they turned into a garden. Sixth, both religions have shown great proselytizing zeal. Muslims have gone over much of the earth, seeking converts both by persuasion and by the sword. Mormons are famous for their missionary program. Again, quoting Schaff, the Mormons sent, quote, apostles to distant lands, and importing proselytes to their El Dorado of saints from the ignorant population of England, Wales, Norway, Germany, and Switzerland, end quote. Seventh, Islam and Mormonism both believe in the union of religion and the government, contrary to the American principle of separation of church and state. In Muslim-dominated countries, the religion and state are inseparable. The early Mormons were the same way, with the church dominating the government when possible. Eighth, both Islam and Mormonism, quote, established the institution of polygamy in defiance of the social order of Christian civilization, end quote. Currently, Islam permits a man under certain circumstances to have as many as 4 wives, and he can also enter into a temporary marriage. Joseph Smith claimed that he had received by divine revelation the command to be polygamous. He called it a new and everlasting covenant, and if you didn't obey it, you were damned. Brigham Young said a man could not be a son of God without the practice of polygamy. To this day, there are descendants of the early Mormons who claim polygamy is part of God's order for mankind, and they reject the Mormon leaders' abandonment of it. And finally, ninth, Schaff criticizes what he sees as the corruption of both leaders, but is especially critical of Brigham Young. Quote, in sensuality and avarice, Brigham Young surpassed Muhammad, for he left at his death in Salt Lake City 17 wives, 16 sons, and 28 daughters, having had in all 56 or more children, and property estimated at $2 million. I'm sure there are many differences between Islam and Mormonism, and the two groups may not like being compared. But Schaff was the first of many to note the similarities. Let me add one more of my own. By performing good deeds and undergoing numerous religious rituals, one might hope to find acceptance with the Almighty and be admitted into His presence for eternity. That is radically different from what the New Testament teaches. We are saved by the grace of God alone, plus nothing else. Please see my video on that topic below. Thank you for listening. May our God bless you this day in a mighty way.